right, welcome in everybody. Thursday night, 9 o'clock Eastern. Welcome into TRC Uncensored. Tonight we have a wonderful lineup for you. We have a special guest tonight too. No, you're not seeing Brian twice. It's actually his twin brother Brad in here
The
tonight.
better looking one.
I was
So
thrown off.
we got Brad in here join us. So welcome in, Brad. If you want to take
William.
a minute and just
Thanks for
tell
the
us about
invite.
yourself. Oh, you're welcome.
Obviously I'm Brian's twin brother. We both work. We're both managers in retail. We work at the same store. I've been doing that for almost 20 years now. I have a son named Paxton. He's going to be 16 in November. And that's really about it, man.
Very
I'm a
cool.
49ers fan. I'm a diehard Sooner fan. Tuck, Texas.
Okay. So I'm right there with you. I have a 16-year-old as well, and of course I have three others as well. But I do have a 16-year-old, so soon to be 17. So very cool. Really glad you could join us. So
Thanks for the
all
invite.
right, a lot going on in the world of wrestling this week, and a lot going on in the collectors world. A lot of people saw the supposed big confession that came out and all that garbage. So, there's always going to be people that find an easy way to make a buck. So, but none of that has ever made its way into anything that we've ever done. So, fear not, we are totally legit. So
They said it's the biggest scandal since I had never heard of it, but years ago it was known as the bullpen scandal.
Yeah, Operation Bullpen.
Yeah,
Yeah.
If you buy what you trust, you don't have to worry about it. TRC, you
that's
trust.
true.
they also said Watergate was the biggest scandal ever. So I don't know. I don't know.
Hey,
Right now,
question real quick.
hey,
Question real
go.
quick, guys.
Edgegate.
Edgegate.
Go
Hey,
ahead, go ahead, Brian.
question. Who's the guy with the mask on?
I have no idea.
Is that El Grande Americano?
El Grande.
Is that
looks
El
like it.
Gordo Americano?
He's sitting inside of Rogers' sports room. So, all right, guys. So we're gonna move on forward so we can stay on track tonight. So, first things first, we're gonna go through our very first roundtable question. And correct me if I'm wrong, Kev. Very first roundtable question is, what is an amazing debut entrance for a talent that stands out to you? So it could be their very first debut. It could be their big return from an accident or an injury or whatever. So what is an amazing debut that stands out to you? We'll start with Kev.
Okay. It was the Great American Bash, July 7th, 1990. Tom Zink was in the ring, and he was awaiting the debut of the Mastodon wearing Big Van Vader. It was fantastic to see him for the first time in WCW, smoke coming out of that Mastodon mask. You thought this dude was a beast, and he pretty much killed Zink. That's mine. It's just stuck with me all this time. He was awesome. He showed up and just beat the hell out of everybody.
You can tell that we spend too much time talking to each other because that was mine as well. So I'm going to have to go to my alternate. I did not think anybody in the world would think of that one. So I'm going to go to my alternate one when it's my turn. So, all right, Brian, Mr. Howlett, number one.
All right.
What do you
All
got?
right, mine. So mine, I'm going to do a little. Oh, you guys can't really see that. 1 second. Anyways, mine is going to be Kane when he debuted. When he,
Motherfucker.
when the build up from hearing about Undertaker's brother and all that stuff, and then obviously you see him and he's a giant and he's a monster and beat the crap out of Undertaker. So yeah, that was a pretty good debut.
Very good. He also,
Hi, John.
in that match, set up the world title match between Brett and Shawn at Survivor Series. So
Yes, sir.
very good. All right, Mr. Howard, number two.
So mine is probably not many people thought of, or they have, but it was August 9th of 1999 on Monday Night Raw, the debut of Chris Jericho.
Son of a bitch.
WWF Raw. that was an electric return.
Not return
built
to the
up-
debut.
or not a return, but a debut. But that was an electric moment, and it was awesome to have the Rock in the ring to kind of hype it up and make Jericho a heel coming in. So that's mine. And my second, if I could have a second one,
Don't
when
give
I
us
asked about
credit here.
coming back coming back from injury would be Triple H's return when he came back with the jean jacket and the. I'm not good on like what events it was, but I just know when Triple H came back with the sledgehammer and just whooped ass. So
I think
Yeah, one
that
of the
was
biggest
Royal
pops
Rumble, Royal Rumble 2002, I believe.
Yeah, I think you're right.
Very good. I liked it. All right. Just for future reference, we don't do any extra credit here, so we like to tell everybody that.
no worries.
I liked it. Guru.
So mine's probably gonna be no surprise.
CM Punk.
CM Punk.
The return of CM Punk after 7 years. For me, it really got my loins going.
Wait, question, real fast. The AEW debut or the WWF debut?
The AEW debut, absolutely.
Okay.
Just off that, I mean, you kind of knew it was coming. I mean, dirt sheets now, but the crowd, and then just the pop for it. I mean,
That was in Chicago, right?
yes.
It was rumored, but I don't think anybody really truly knew it was coming.
Well,
I mean, it was a rumor.
It was a rumor, but I mean, it was like a rumor that, like,
There was maybe some credibility to it, obviously, when he appeared, but I think there had been so many events leading up to that where he was also rumored to come back that he didn't. That I don't think
it's
people
more of a,
really.
I think it was such more of a rumor, like, it's in Chicago, let me buy a ticket just in case.
Right.
But for me, that pop. I was at a football game and I had headphones in and I screamed real loud and the dude was like, "We didn't score a touchdown." I said, "No shit, I'm watching wrestling."
There you go.
Well, for everybody that showed up to that debut and it was in Chicago, if they didn't have him, they better went and got him because people would have rioted if he didn't show up.
Exactly.
Yep. Yeah. All right, Dr. Nick.
So I had Jericho, but I did have a backup, so that's okay. St. Valentine's Day Massacre, Paul White,
Big Show. Yep.
where he
Big
shows up and inadvertently knocks Austin out of the cell. But the dirt sheets at that time were, kind of directing towards like, oh yeah, he may have signed, he may have not. There wasn't a definite. So him showing up and having such a polarizing character, especially during that time, the crowd erupted when he came out. So that to me was one of the most interesting and shocking debuts, especially at that time with so many people that were jumping ship.
What's up, Miss Sarah? Welcome in. Hey, Nick, let me ask you this, though. Wasn't it kind of weird? He came in February at St. Valentine's Massacre, right? And then he goes into WrestleMania 15, and didn't he lose his first pay-per-view match against Mankind?
I believe he did, yes. Yeah.
Isn't that weird?
That was strange, to have someone, that they were going to be pushing and for him to lose that quick. But I think leading up to that, which they talked about later,
he comes in a former at least two-time that I remember,
yeah,
WCW champion, right? And then he comes in, loses his debut, doesn't really do shit the whole year of '99.
Yeah. They sent him to OVW.
Yeah, and then the very last pay-per-view of the year of '99, or at least the last Big Four pay-per-view, Survivor Series, he wins the WWE title.
Yep.
It made no sense. So,
well, they talked about it.
He was an alternate. Wasn't he an alternate in that match?
I think you're right. Well, they found out that he couldn't wrestle worth a shit.
Yeah.
Surely not.
I think it was supposed to be, I mean, it's been a long time, but I think it was supposed to be Austin, Rock, and Triple H. Austin was injured, so Big Show had to be the alternate in that match.
Yeah, I think that was a last-minute replacement.
Yeah,
But if
and
you
they took
remember,
the belt on him.
If you ask The Rock, it's the Big Slow.
Yeah, I remember.
When he first
I remember
debuted,
that.
Call him Big Nasty instead of Big Show, and then I think they had problems with that name, and they changed it to Big Show.
Mm-hmm.
Big
So
Slow.
side note,
Big Boss Man called him the Big Nasty Bastard.
for years,
He
I
was
thought
that.
that was Big Show singing his song.
Yep.
When it goes, whoa, I always thought it was him.
Here lies the Big Show's dead daddy.
Yeah, that's right.
Oh, daddy, oh, daddy.
That was a
All right, King King
crazy
Phil.
storyline.
I'm gonna go with Sting when he got to WWE. I just didn't know it was about to happen. I thought it was crazy. He finally got to WWE. A little shorter run, of course, than we all would like to see, but still, it was real shocking to just see him debut there in WWE finally after all those years.
Okay. All right, good. All right, Calvin Mania. I already know where you're going with this one.
What? Where am I going?
When Hogan came to WCW
No,
as
absolutely
the
not.
third person.
The Shield Survivor Series 2012
Oh hell!
Oh
is
wow,
where I'm
Oh,
going with.
hell.
That's totally different than what I thought.
Damn.
Nick,
Threw me
Totally
off.
different.
Is he sick?
I apologize,
No.
Calvin.
I thought it'd
He
been when
went heel
Hogan
on us.
returned to the WWF.
Calvin went heel on us.
All right, go ahead, Calvin. I'm sorry.
No,
Great
just I mean nobody knew who they were, why they were there. They showed up. They whooped John Cena and Ryback's ass.
Great
That was
pick.
a joke.
Yeah, good
Great
pick. I'll give you that one.
All right, so the one that I picked was obviously the Vader, but my alternate was in '95. Diesel ended the year with the WWF title in '94. Going into '95, Shawn Michaels needed a new big buddy or a new big bodyguard, and of course he debuts Sid, Psycho Sid, who had been in WCW, been in WWF previously, been in Japan, been all over the place, and nobody back then had any idea that he was coming to WWF. And at first you're like, wow, he's in a bodyguard role. Why is he not in wrestling? But of course, obviously, right after WrestleMania 11, he went straight into the wrestler role and ultimately wins 2 WWF championships during his time over the next year plus over in WWF, which I don't think anybody saw that coming because by the time he left WWF the first time, with the WCW, or had spent some time in WCW, had spent time in Japan, it was like you didn't see him really in the caliber of the WWF champion at the time. He just didn't fit the mold. And then, of course, once he got going, you were like, wow, this guy's actually, a real threat to the title. He might win. So very, very good debut. I would say his standout moment was probably the night after WrestleMania 11 when he powerbombed Shawn Michaels 5 times. That was a tremendous Monday Night Raw. So
Fantastic.
let's in welcome in Garrett. Welcome in. All
What's up,
right,
Garrett?
Roger.
All right, so that little dickhead up top, Brian, took mine, which was Kane, but I have a backup alternative, which would have been when Cody Rhodes returned. I believe it was for Royal Rumble.
WrestleMania, right?
WrestleMania
Was it WrestleMania?
WrestleMania
against Seth
WrestleMania
Rollins.
Yeah.
38. 38.
Yeah. When Cody returned, that was a huge pop. Nobody was expecting it till his music came on. Then everybody lost their mind.
Mm-hmm.
So
That was a great debut.
for me, that one was it. And on the other side of that, fuck his story.
I thought
And
you
he
were
went
going
on-
something else.
He went on like 3 months in a row beating Seth at every pay-per-view. Remember that? That was like extremely ridiculous. He beat Seth in every kind of match there was. All right.
And the best looking guy in the world's been unmasked.
There you go. Ben
Put
Bowman.
it back on.
Oh,
All right,
Fuck
guys.
you,
Mine would be impressive debut. Would be the surprise of it's 2-1 Survivor Series. We had what came out of the egg. Everything was all hyped up. And then we had the gobbledygooker. So the gobbledygooker, and then number 2, those the big debut of the Undertaker. Come in with the $1 Million Man. There's your, here's I present the Undertaker, and then we have the legend. They have the WrestleMania, the streak. It all started, there at Survivor Series. Those are my 2. And then to go on,
You don't have
talking about
extra
Nash.
credit.
My favorite Nash moment was his debut on WCW Nitro when he goes, "Is this where the big boys play?"
Yeah. Well, we don't do extra credit.
We
Ben.
don't
You
do
already
extra
know
credit there, Ben.
that. But yes, that was one of the greatest debuts ever. Was when Eric Bischoff's looking at Scott Hall, and he's like, "You promised a big surprise, so where is it?" And Scott's just kind of pointing right behind him, and then he snatches the mic.
That was
what
sweet.
We
what
got
a
the big
classic
man and the
moment!
medium-sized man.
Absolutely classic moment. I loved it. So, all right, very good. All good answers. One that I'm surprised nobody said, just real quick, is when Rick Rude was on Monday Night Raw, and he was also
on Nitro
on Nitro the same night
in the same suit.
In the same suit. He
Hey, I
says,
got one for you.
"What a difference 24 hours makes, right?" So that was a big one too. Go ahead,
Lex
Dr. Nick.
showing up with the puffy white shirt.
Mm-hmm.
Lex Luger coming out in the Mall of America when he had just been on TV weeks prior.
Yep. That was another big one too. All right, Kev, keep us on track. Round table number 2. Wake up, Kev.
And I wanted to add that wouldn't Luger like at that pay-per-view like the Sunday, and then he debuted on Nitro Monday?
Yeah.
No, he was on house shows.
Oh, he was on the house show loop.
Yep.
Okay, and then I'm going to add one real fast, and then we'll get back on track. Because if you're going to mention the debut of Nash, you got to mention the debut of Scott Hall that started the whole damn thing.
I'm surprised Calvin didn't bring that one in too. I thought that was a really good one. I thought for sure Calvin would have went with that. So he
See,
must
I got to throw a curveball.
He must be
I had to
feeling
throw a
ill
curveball.
All right, guys. Round table number 2. Should Ted DiBiase have been WWF champion?
Well, Kev, what do you think?
Oh, yes, I absolutely think so. I was actually rooting for him to win the tournament at WrestleMania 4. I wanted him to win over Randy Savage. I thought it was time for a heel to have it. I thought it was a great time for him to get it. But yeah, I think they dropped the ball. I think he definitely should have been. If not what I wanted, he definitely should have been at some time because he was over by none to anybody else, you know. So yeah, they dropped the ball. He should have had it.
All right, Brian.
Yes, he should have been. I mean, look at all the. I mean, look at the people that he worked with, right? Like, you know, Hulk Hogan, Macho Man, Jake the Snake. Like, you know, those are guys that just anybody don't get to work with. So, and at the time he was one of the top heels. So, I mean, I think he absolutely could have been champion for a while.
I would think ultimately, if you look back at the events, I would think from about 88 to at least 90 or 91, he really was the top heel of the company.
Mm-hmm.
Like, I don't think there's anybody that you could say, well, this guy was a bigger heel. And I think that'll be a future question that we'll do, but I really don't think there's a bigger heel at that time. All right, Brad.
I agree with Kev. He should have been champion. I mean, he worked with some great people. I agree with William too. He was probably the best heel during that time. I mean, they could have easily done the angle where he could have just paid off the champion and became champion. Obviously, that's too easy. But yes, they dropped the ball on that. But a great heel nonetheless.
Okay. All right, Guru Manuel.
I'm gonna say yes and no. Yes, he deserved it for accolades alone, but he didn't need it to be over because he was already over. He's the $1 million man. I think he deserved his flowers. Don't get me wrong; like, he deserved the world title, but I don't think he needed it to help him, like, his career flourish.
Okay.
Because he did so much without a belt. I mean, I think his character alone was a championship for the fans, to some people. But his accolades alone, absolutely.
All right, Dr. Nick.
So I do think he deserved to have a title run, even if it was a short one. I think it would have been interesting, not all the time, but he could have did part of his gimmick where every time he'd have a title match, he'd meet in the ring with his opponent, and then he would just pay him off, you know?
Yep.
But then, like, with the big matches, like with Hogan and Savage and stuff like that, those would be serious matches. But I think it would have been interesting to have a ultra heel champion, because he was already cocky with his own title So to have the World Wrestling Championship, he could have been like, this was the people's title and now it's mine. Ha 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 ha.
Yep.
The corporation taking over the people again. It would have been an interesting thing to do. I don't know why they didn't do it.
I think it would have really increased the heat that he had as a heel
Yep.
character.
Well, and because Vince even admitted that he came up with the $1 Million Man gimmick was because who he would have been if he was a wrestler. So the fact
Right.
that he didn't put the belt on Ted was very shocking to me. But yeah, I think it would have went very well. Even if it had been a short run, I think it would have made a lot of money.
Okay. King Phil.
I mean, he deserved to have one, but the question was, should he have had one? And I say no. We got the $1 Million title because of that. He didn't need the belt, like Manny said. He didn't need the belt to get over. Everybody doesn't need a title shot as much as we like them. And it just, it just kept the dynamic. I think that if you start to do the whole him paying off the belts, I think we kind of look at his legacy a little different. It might even tarnish it a little bit. So I like it the way it was.
Calvin.
I mean, Phil said it best right there. I agree with Phil.
Okay.
100%.
Okay. So where this question came from, Kevin and I have had this discussion many times. In early '88, Andre, supposedly beat Hogan, even though Hogan's shoulders were up, right? With the whole referee swap. And then immediately Ted DiBiase bought the belt from Andre on Saturday night's main event and became champion. Well, it was never a recognized championship because he didn't win it. And technically there was some discrepancies with Andre winning it as well. So that's where this came from. So a couple years ago, DiBiase petitioned WWE to count his short time as a WWF champion in the record books. Now, not much ever came of it, unfortunately, but I think he really should have had at least that short tenure, just to be able to say he was, WWF champion. Again, top heel for several years in a row, worked with everybody, was literally anytime you had a Macho Man main event, it had something to do with DiBiase. You had a Hogan main event, it had something to do with DiBiase. Even the Warrior and DiBiase, Jake and DiBiase. I mean, there's so many different characters that had these big feuds with DiBiase that it never made sense not to at least let him win the title one time. So, especially being the top heel, if you look back throughout the history, there's really no other top heel character anywhere else starting at about 1980 all the way forward to 2025 where the top heel character was never the champion. Yeah. So it was always better to have the good guy or the face chasing the bad guy champion. And with that whole run, you never had it. And you didn't have anybody else. I mean, if you think really hard about it, 88, 89, 90, there was no other bad guy until Earthquake squashed Hogan in the summer of 90 that was anywhere near the heat level of Ted. So I think he should have, at the very least, they should recognize that short tenure of that title going from Andre, because they consider Andre a champion,
right?
Even though he never actually beat Hogan and Hogan's shoulders were up. If you look at the record books, Andre is the champion. Andre was WWF champion.
Yeah.
So if he immediately relinquished it to Ted, it should say Ted in there as well. So I saw Sarah comment in there that she agreed to. I saw Garrett comment in there, and OE's in there. OE's in there as well. So thank you guys very much for commenting. But he said right there, but the Hogan feud could have been a lot bigger with $1 Million Man as champion. See, so he's thinking right along the same lines that we are, that, having Hogan chase DiBiase for that belt would have meant so much more. Yeah. Even when it was DiBiase that went in and brought, Zeus in at one point, because if you look at Survivor Series 89, the Macho King thing had kind of phased out. And it was DiBiase and Sherry then that were kind of doing the whole, Zeus thing with Hogan. So I mean, there was a lot to it, but that's just my thoughts. Roger.
I have to agree with you 100%. He deserved it. just to go off of everybody. Yes, he deserved to have a run. I think that I agree with you 100%. If you got a baby face chasing a heel, that it does better and it can make you more money. And you got to look at it. I can't remember. There may have been, but nobody ever chased Ted DiBiase for the $1 million belt. So to
Virgil.
say to
Virgil.
say that to say
Virgil
that
did. He's the only one. Virgil.
okay, but to say that he had the $1 million title, so that equals up, it really doesn't because that wasn't a real championship. So to not give him, in essence, not give him his flowers, like Manuel said, is I think that's the wrong way. That was the wrong way about it back then. I think for sure, even like everybody said, even if it was a small run or a short run, that he still deserved that because he was the top heel. I mean, for instance, in WCCW, he was the top heel. He won the title. So to turn around and then go up to the main event guys and be the top heel again for years
Yep.
and not win a title, I think that that's completely wrong. I think he did deserve it.
Okay. Very good. Ben Bowman, last one. What do you think?
Well, I don't know. I'm like, he didn't really need the title. I mean, like I said, because he had the $1 Million Man belt. But I mean, out of all the ones that could have been world champion during that time, I would say yes because they gave it to Hogan, Macho, Warrior. I mean, he could at least held it right there before Warrior, and of course, all the issues with Warrior later. But I mean, he could at least held it then. But I don't know. Like I said, he didn't probably really need to hold it because he had already had a belt and already had the gimmick as the heel and could buy anything or he could have had a match where somebody would have I know they did the Andre's gimmick, but he could have still bought somebody to hey, I'm in a match. I'll pay have some interference from outside the ring and then pay them off to beat up the person and then win the title that way. But
I mean,
So-
you could have done
so
the
going
same.
into-
it's a yes and no.
You could
So
have done
going
the
into
same thing.
WrestleMania, go ahead, Roger.
You could have done the same thing as Russo did when he screwed over Hogan with Jeff Jarrett. Just say that the guy bought him out. It'd still be a valid title.
Yeah. So going into WrestleMania 4, you got it's kind of how I look at it, and I kind of want to, just relay what my thought process is. WrestleMania 4 had no plans whatsoever. They had done the biggest thing they had at 3 with Hogan and Andre, so they had no plans. Otherwise, there would have never been a tournament for the title at WrestleMania 4. So if you let him keep it when Andre sold it to him on Saturday night's main event in February, right? You turn around and go into WrestleMania 4, you can still have your full tournament that you had. And the winner of the tournament meets DiBiase for the title in the main event of 4, right? So you still can have Macho Man win the tournament, go into the main event of 4, beat DiBiase for the belt, and he still becomes champion. You still continue along your path, but you still allowed him to carry that title through that tournament. You allowed him to carry it those couple months beforehand, and he's still champion. And then you had Macho Man and all these other guys chasing after it to win the tournament. By putting it up vacant, it doesn't mean as much as it would have by him defeating the guy that stole the title, is my thought process.
Yeah, I agree, 100%.
And unfortunately, they'll probably give him his title thing, DiBiase, when he passes away. They'll probably give it to him.
And that's sad.
That's real
It
sad.
is.
That is truly sad. So
I think the last $1 million champion was LA Knight, if I'm not mistaken, right?
Yeah.
Yeah,
I
won
believe
it
it was.
in NXT.
Yeah.
Either that or
Yeah.
Cameron Grimes. I
Yep.
can't remember.
Oh, yeah, Cameron Grimes,
It's
yeah.
like the Buffalo Bills. Sometimes you just, you go and you go and you go and you just can't get it done. I understand what you're saying, though, Will, because I didn't realize that he had bought the championship and then they
from
kind of
Andre.
stripped it from him or just never recorded that. But
yeah, they did. Jack Tunney stripped him of it, and that's what created the
tournament.
tournament for WrestleMania 4. is
Gotcha.
DiBiase buying it off of Andre. Literally, I mean, like it was within a 5 minute time period, right? So Andre falls on Hogan. Hogan's shoulders are clearly up. The referee, the fake referee, Dave Hebner, counts the match, right? Or Earl Hebner counts it, but it was supposed to be Dave Hebner or whatever. And then they award the title to Andre. So he's recorded as a WWF champion, even though he didn't beat anybody, right? And then within 2 or 3 minutes of that, he hands the belt over to DiBiase. They put it around his waist. DiBiase's bought the title, all this stuff. So there's so much controversy. So Jack Tunney, of course, president back then of WWF, takes the belt, declares it vacant, declares the tournament. So why would you have Andre as a champion in the record books, but not Ted?
Not Ted. Yeah.
So
That is kind of weird.
Yeah.
I,
100%.
I've always thought, Kevin and I'm telling you guys, sometimes the conversations we get into are wild, but it was like 2 o'clock in the
Right.
morning. And I just randomly was like, hey, Kev, how come Ted was never considered the WWF champion? He was like, oh, shit, here we go. So, we went down that rabbit hole in the middle of the night. But I'm just telling you, there's some things that could have been done differently. Like, look at going out of 4, right? You go into SummerSlam 88, because back then you only had 4 major pay-per-views.
Yep.
So you go from 4, 5 months later into SummerSlam 88. What's the main event? Ted DiBiase and Andre versus Macho and Hogan.
Yeah.
I mean,
Right.
even all the way into Survivor Series, DiBiase was on the main event team for the bad guys. So there was a lot to it, but we'll move on. Great conversation, and I definitely think there were some questions that came up in that we could use for a future episode as well. So get us going, Kev.
Right, this is our main event one is your top 5 SummerSlam main events ever.
Hell yeah.
You want me to start or I'm not going to start because I'm going to take yours probably.
No, you can start or you can change the order. We can go backwards, whatever you want to do.
Yeah, let's start with Bowman.
Ben Bowman in the house.
All right, my 5 would be off the top of my head, the Brock versus Rock. Like I said, the year of the first time when I think Brock won the World Championship against the Rock, the undisputed title.
Yep. SummerSlam 2002
that, became the when at the time that was he was the youngest world champion.
Yep.
Or one of the youngest.
Yeah.
And then so number 2 we'll do Brett versus Mr. Perfect. Number 3, you got Brock versus Roman Reigns, 2022, when we're at Nashville, where they had the tractor that come lift the ring up. Yep. And then
Because I
number
lost
4.
volume, I can't hear anything.
Uh-oh.
Go ahead.
Then number 4, that's where, like I said, probably do Cena versus Punk. And then my number 5 my favorite SummerSlam match was Hulk Hogan versus Shawn Michaels.
Very good. I like that one. Okay. All right, Roger, what do you got? We lost somebody. I think we lost Brad.
Brad.
Yeah, I think he said his audio was going out.
Damn it, Brad.
Yeah, I got SummerSlam with the Mega Powers and Mega Bucks.
Okay.
SummerSlam 92, Bret Hart versus British Bulldog. Even though Bret carried him the whole match, it was still a great match.
Excellent, yep.
SummerSlam 97, Undertaker versus Bret Hart.
Oh, yeah.
SummerSlam 98, Stone Cold versus Undertaker.
Very good.
And then SummerSlam 2000, Rock versus Kurt Angle versus Triple H.
Nice. All great choices. There's not a single bad choice in that. Great choices. All right. Calvin Mania, because we got reshuffled. Actually, let me go to Brad because he's at the bottom now, and then we'll go back to Calvin.
So, no particular order. I have the 93 SummerSlam Yokozuna versus Lex Luger.
Oh, yeah, you do.
I have 96 HBK versus Vader.
Okay.
2014 Cena versus Lesnar. 98 Stone Cold and Undertaker, and then 05 HBK and Hogan.
Hell yeah.
Nice.
Those are great, man. Those are great choices.
Good ones, too. Yep.
All right, Calvomania.
Good ones for a
So,
Sooner.
of course, I got Hogan versus Shawn 05. Mega Powers versus Mega Bucks 88. Lex versus Yoko 93. Um, Mega wait, John Cena versus CM Punk 2011, and Warrior versus Rick Rude 90.
Nice. That's a
Damn it.
great one.
Those are good ones too.
King Phil.
I got Cena Brock 14. I got the Mega Powers Mega Bucks. I got Braun, Brock, Roman, and Samoa Joe. I got Brett and Undertaker, and I got Cena and Punk.
Nice. Very good. Very good. I heard a couple new ones in there too. I like that. Dr. Nick. I can't believe y'all picked that damn Cena Brock Lesnar match though. Shame on all of
So
y'all for that one.
one of the picks isn't technically a main event, but I thought it was one of the best matches of the night.
That's okay.
SummerSlam '98. It was Triple H and D'Lo Brown in the ladder match.
Oh, it was The Rock. Triple H.
Oh,
and
The Rock. My bad. I'm sorry. Brain fart. Even though the match had been done so much, they did it very well and did new things. So that's what made it stand out to me. Mega Bucks versus Mega Powers. I'd have to say number 3. The years are kind of messing up with me lately. SummerSlam '99. It was the match with Ventura as the referee. It was Triple H and Austin.
Angle and wasn't it
Angle
Triple
and
H?
Mankind was.
Mankind.
Yeah,
Mankind.
Ventura as the ref.
Yeah.
That was such a big thing, with him being the governor and him coming back to the company for the first time in forever.
Yep.
Number 2, SummerSlam '97. That was, I don't know why I'm having a bad. Yeah, Undertaker and Brett. I'm sorry, I'm having a.
That's all right.
And number 1, SummerSlam 2002. Someone already mentioned it. It was Brock and Rock. And if people remember correctly, they were booing The Rock because they knew he was leaving.
I remember that.
And
Yep.
I was shocked. I was like, what's going on? And then, like, my friends that were around me, they're like, oh, well, they know he's leaving for the movies. That's why they're pissed. But, yeah, those are my top 5. SummerSlam's always been a favorite pay-per-view of mine.
Yeah.
Behind
a lot
the
of great
Rumble.
matches.
Oh, yeah.
A lot of great matches. A lot of great matches in the mid card too, man.
Oh, absolutely.
If you look at them. So, all right. So mine, obviously, I'm not even saying Mega Bucks and Mega Powers because y'all done destroyed that one for me. But I will say, in 1988, I would say that that Warrior Honky Tonk Man, that was a hell of a match. Real quick squash match. Warrior becomes champion after Honky had it for 474 days. Obviously, that wasn't the main event, but again, I couldn't use my Mega Powers Mega Bucks. Y'all stole it. And then, of course, 1990, the double main event in 90. A lot of people forgot there was a double main event in 90. Hogan and Earthquake main event in 90. That was a big deal, man. After Hogan was supposedly going to be gone and all that, of course, 93, Lex and Yoko. It's hard to, for me, my favorite of all time. It's hard not to mention that one. 97, Taker and Brett, even though y'all covered that one, hell of a match, incredible. The storytelling in that match alone was great. And then another one that you guys took, but I'll throw it out there anyway. Hogan and Michaels SummerSlam 05 was an excellent match. Now, did Shawn oversell everything?
Yes, he did.
Yes, he did. Absolutely.
But it made it funny.
That's what made it great.
But it still was a great match. If you compare it to the following year when it was Hogan and Orton, and both of them were very serious, that match was nowhere near as good as Hogan and Shawn. So, and those are my 5. Guru.
All right, so I got mine in no particular order. I got Finn Balor versus Seth Rollins 16 for the first undisputed title. Finn's win cut short unfortunately for injuries.
And he
And
never
then-
got it back. He never got it back ever.
And I feel like he does. I mean, I feel like he deserves it. I mean,
He had one day and never again.
I mean,
that was always crazy to me.
I'm a Balor fan, so I think he deserves the world title. But that's
Well, they gave it to him. He deserved it. He just got hurt.
yeah. I mean,
After that, they said you get nothing.
So he was the first Universal Champion,
Yep.
but he wasn't the first defending Universal Champion. That would be
Yeah.
Kevin Owens.
Yep.
Then I got the Steiners versus the Heavenly Bodies SummerSlam '93.
Oh yeah.
I got the TLC match for the world title, CM Punk versus Jeff Hardy in 2009.
Yep.
And I got the Smoking Guns and the Tonka versus the Headstringers and Bam Bam, also '93.
Smoking Guns.
That was a good one, man. A lot of people don't even know that match exists, and it was
I just got
good.
done watching it like 15 minutes ago.
So there's a point in that match, and you just watch it so you'll know, where they all try to come off the top rope with the
Yeah.
headbutt. Remember that? And I can't remember. I want to say it was Tatanka, but it might have been Billy Gunn. He moved out of the way, and they all hit the mat. And it was a great match overall. Nobody ever even knows about that match unless you watch that whole event.
And then I got Lesnar versus Punk 2013.
Oh yeah, at least it wasn't Lesnar and Cena 2014.
Well, I had it originally. And then every time I think about Cena, I get pissed off, so I didn't put it on there.
Yeah.
What? I thought you were turned into a Cena liker.
Kev, I tried. Kev, I did. I tried. It's hard, man. I tried.
It is.
Hey,
it's hard
you
to
just got,
like
sometimes
somebody
you just
that
gotta
you hate.
believe.
I understand.
I tried. I tried.
appreciate you trying.
I tried, and he just did my boy. He just did my boy. Ron Cena wrong.
I love Ron Cena.
All right.
If he did Ron Cena better, I might like him a little bit more.
I'm kind of there with you, Guru. Every time somebody mentions SummerSlam 2014, I get mad too, thinking about how Cena got squashed against Lesnar. That was terrible. So, all right, Brian.
All right, well, I misunderstood. I took it as top 5 matches of all time, but whatever. These are my favorite matches. Okay?
It's whatever you want. We try to gear towards the main event, but it's whatever you want it to be.
All right, so Shawn Michaels versus Razor Ramon, 1995. Obviously, that led to the match in '96, WrestleMania 10. I have Bret Hart versus Owen Hart. I have Bret Hart versus the British Bulldog, '92.
Okay.
I have Shawn Michaels versus Triple H, 2002, when Shawn Michaels came back from his 4-year hiatus.
It was a great match.
And then I have the TLC
Good
match between the Dudley Boys, Edge and Christian, and the Hardys.
Yep.
Very good. So, originally it was talked about the plan for SummerSlam 95 was for Razor to win the King of the Ring tournament and go on to face Diesel at SummerSlam 95.
That would have been sweet.
But then remember, Razor got hurt. Remember, we talked about this before.
Yep.
Razor got hurt and
Yep.
couldn't go in the tournament, and they didn't feel like he was going to be healed in time, and they went with Mabel. But can you imagine what it would have been like if it would have been Diesel versus Razor for the title in 95?
Well, you brought up about Ted DiBiase not being a WWF champ. It's a travesty. Scott Hall, Razor Ramon was never a world champion. That is the biggest travesty in
Here's
professional
another
wrestling.
fun tip or fun fact for you. Razor was never in a Royal Rumble.
Correct.
Really?
Yeah.
Yep.
He always had an Intercontinental title match
Outside,
or a
yeah.
world
I
title
didn't-
match. Yeah.
I did not know that.
Yeah, 93 he faced Brett. 93 he faced Brett for the world title. 94 he faced IRS for the Intercontinental. 95 he faced Jarrett for the Intercontinental, and 96 he faced Goldust for the Intercontinental.
I almost picked Barry Horowitz versus the Skip from the Body Donnas, but I didn't want to do that.
Barry Horowitz.
You got to pat yourself on the back.
All right, Kev.
All right, so I'll just go through mine real fast because they've been mentioned. SummerSlam 93, Lex versus Yoko. SummerSlam 97, Brett versus Taker. Shawn is the guest referee.
Yep.
SummerSlam 88, Mega Bucks versus Mega Powers. SummerSlam 90, Rude versus Warrior in the cage. SummerSlam 92, Wembley, Brett versus Bulldog.
Yeah.
Yep.
See, 90, I always thought that was double main event. I always thought that Hogan Earthquake match should have been the last match on the card because it was such a big deal, him coming back. Remember, they made it almost look like Earthquake had killed him. Remember?
Yeah.
Yeah,
And
I
Yeah.
used to have one of those bracelets they sent out. I don't know what happened to
That's
it
when
because
he
if I had it
sat
now,
on
it'd be
Hogan
worth a
on the
lot.
Brother Love show, wasn't it?
yeah, it was
Yeah.
like he had killed him, and
Yeah.
Hogan was barely clinging to life and all that. Remember that?
I'm surprised
Crazy.
nobody mentioned the main event of SummerSlam '91.
Oh,
Yeah,
what the hell
well,
was it?
it was
Slaughter and
yeah, Iron Sheik versus Warrior and Hogan, and
yeah,
General Adnan was on the other team too.
Oh
But
yeah.
the match made in
I
heaven and the match made in hell.
yeah, I think the reason nobody mentions that one is because they had their match at WrestleMania 7, which was actually a really good match. Hogan and Slaughter at 7 was really good, but then by the time they got to SummerSlam, that probably shouldn't have been the main event.
Yeah, that feud had kind of played its time.
Yeah, yeah. And then of course right after that, remember Slaughter was like, "I was wrong, and I want to claim back my country."
I want
Remember
I
my
that?
want my
country
country
back.
back.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
Hell, they
That
had
was
to
kind
change
of
stadiums because of threats.
yeah. Well, going into WrestleMania, yeah, WrestleMania
Yeah.
7, but then by the time it was over, it was like, man, get this going some other direction. Why would you not have had Hogan and Earthquake or Hogan and anybody at that point? Hogan was champion. I mean, you could have had so many different people at that time in '91 had a world title match, you know.
Oh yeah.
But
Right.
SummerSlam, they love to put weird pairings for the main events at SummerSlam. They always had weird pairings, like even of course, '88 Megabucks, Mega Powers, '89 was Brutus and Hogan against Savage and Zeus. But then you skip on over to '92, the WWE title match, Warrior and Savage was like the third match on the card.
Yeah.
So I mean, they always had weird pairings on how they did those early SummerSlam matches. So. All right, Kev, show and tell time.
Show and tell. Let's roll.
Yay.
I'll go first, and then I have Calvin's on here too. Okay, here's mine. Number one.
Nice. That's the figure that's coming out. That's actually the figure coming out in a few days.
Right. Nothing better than a signed John Cena mag.
That's awesome. That's
One of my
sweet too.
favorite Braves.
Oh man, that's
Oh,
awesome.
wow. Yeah.
That's really cool.
Beautiful.
And what's better than one John Cena mag? Two.
Two. Word life, baby.
Word life. The man, the GOAT, the greatest of all time. You deserve nothing. All right, there's mine. We'll go into Calvin's. Here you go, Calvin.
All right, so I got this from Will a few weeks
Hell yeah,
ago
you did.
Nice.
from my father-in-law for his birthday. Of course, he loved it. He's a big Charlotte fan. So
That's awesome.
That is.
That's a hell of a piece right there. Bask in that right there. I'll leave it there about 5 seconds. Bask in it. Okay.
and then
Cool.
I got this
Hell
from
yeah.
Will forever ago.
That's a one of a kind.
Correct me if
That's
I'm
pretty
wrong.
cool.
It's a 1-on-1, right?
Yep.
Yeah, absolutely, 100%.
1-on-1.
Beautiful.
So
What's
what
the
you can't
signature on
see, Hogan.
Hogan.
But
Oh,
what
nice.
you can't see in the part, I'm hoping Calvin will tell you. Calvin, remember, there's more to that story.
Yeah, that's so make sure I'm not wrong on this, but that shirt was for Hogan at Crown Jewel, was too small. Already has the slit and the rips in the back. And
Nice.
it was too small for him. He brought it back, signed it, and Will picked it up.
Absolutely correct, 100%.
Wow.
Even
Nice.
right there, see right in the V when you look at the very top of the T-shirt, you can't really see it there, but right in the V, it's already cut for him to grab it and rip it. And then the
Nice.
back has the 3 holes in the back for it to tear off easier. So really, really cool piece. Really cool.
Awesome.
That's all I got.
5 more seconds. Bask in it.
Hey, Calvin, if you get a chance though, will you take a close-up picture of that and share it in our uncensored chat so the guys can see
Yeah,
it closer?
yeah. I'll have to take it out the frame because the glare sucks.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, to-
Well,
you gotta
don't
take
do
a-
that. Don't do that then. I don't want you to have to do all
You got to
that.
take a picture of that and show it to Hogan, see if he remembers it.
Oh well, it came from him, so I'm sure.
Well, I know, but like sometimes he
he
forgets.
probably don't remember what he ate for dinner yesterday. But
That's
yes,
true.
I understand what you mean. But I want to be able to take a good look at it, in the chat because it's really, really cool. I think you guys will really enjoy seeing it. But
What's
I
a
hate that you
better
have to go
piece?
through the.
That or the boot from Bret Hart?
That shirt.
Hogan
That
t-shirt.
Yeah, the boot was it's not his actual ring worn boot,
Right.
where that's an actual WWE piece that would have been worn on TV. So, which
That's pretty cool.
thankfully it wasn't, because if it would have been, he would have ripped it to pieces and it would have got thrown away or thrown to somebody. So
Right.
thankfully it wasn't.
Don't get
But
me
I
wrong,
do
I love
own,
that food, but yeah,
but I do own Bray Wyatt's NXT boots.
that will be
Oh,
mine.
damn.
And I own Karrion Kross NXT boots.
Absolutely. All right, Guru.
All right, so I got a couple
Hey,
people.
we skipped Brian.
Oh, you skip Brian.
Skip
Oh, we
Brian.
did?
All right.
Yeah.
Man, I can't keep up with this.
Is he
He's
there?
frozen.
He is frozen.
Yeah.
He looks
Everything
surprised.
He's frozen.
everything got
That's
jumbled
the perfect
around.
freeze right there.
You there, Brian?
All right.
You can't.
Guru.
I don't think he is. I don't think
He's
he's there.
really shocked. Look at him. Brian, you won a lot
I
of.
snapped the screenshot of that, so I'll share it in the chat.
Nice.
Okay,
Guru,
we got-
take it away.
Good job, Calvin.
All right, so I want to show you a rarity. When you look at that,
Nice.
Oh, Amish Road.
Is that roadkill?
And,
Yeah.
Yeah. Shout out to
Nice.
Ben Bowman. Shout out to Ben Bowman.
Nice.
Damn, that's a rare one, buddy.
He knows that I always ask for, you got any roadkill or Danny
Ooh,
Doring?
man.
He's like, no. And then he's like, I got one for you. And I was like, oh, okay, great.
That's
There you go.
awesome, man.
Funny
Very cool.
story. Francine said he sells off his stuff on eBay, roadkill.
Yeah, he does. That's true.
But I mean, look at that, man. That takes you classic ECW.
Yes, it is.
That is nice.
And then I got this bad boy. They hurt people.
We hurt people.
Hold on, let me-
Good business.
We hurt people.
Kevin,
Put some
you the
MJF
camera-
in that.
There you go.
They
There
hurt
you go.
people. Look at that, man. I mean, hey,
Somebody making popcorn?
this guy right here, man, was underutilized
What's that
in his last WWE run, I believe.
Beautiful.
Shelton Benjamin can still wrestle.
Triple
Yeah, he
sign,
can.
baby.
Oh, hell yeah.
So can Bobby.
And then last but not least, look at that bad boy.
It's
Yeet.
just me, Oos.
4 letters, 1 word. Yeet.
There you
Shout
go.
out to Will for this bad boy.
That's a good looking photo.
Got I thought I was gonna get it for the low, and I got ran up for the high, and I had to sell a left kidney for it.
You got another one. It's fine.
It's damaged.
Let's go back. I've sold several.
My kidney's damaged, but still. But this is
All
gonna
you
look
had to do
good.
is go
Look
give
real
plasma.
good. Gonna look real good framed in a couple days.
Man, it's getting hot in here with all this fire.
So
Speaking of frame, back behind Manuel, man, look at his wall coming along. Y'all remember when he didn't have nothing on the wall behind him?
Yes.
Yeah,
Looking
he
good.
wore
Good.
underpants before, didn't he?
now check out SummerSlam '95.
Yep. Common the Undertaker.
He had Nyla Rose's panties up there before.
Well, that's
Jesus.
intense.
Hey,
Damn.
Roger, just for you,
Damn.
bro. Just for you.
Nyla Rose.
That's what they used to cover Texas Stadium.
He's getting something.
He's
No,
getting
they
out
did
of
those
panties.
in white lines because you never
Just for
cross
you,
it.
Roger.
Ooh, the beast.
There she is.
That's
I wanna
your
ship
girl,
this-
Manuel. That's your
I'm gonna
girl.
ship it to you, Roger, just for you.
Yeah.
Oh, Lord.
Hey, Hey, it was $3 at Ollie's, buddy. It was $3.
Return
There
to
you go.
sender, bitch.
I don't want to know what Roger would do with that at night.
Yeah,
Oh,
bullshit.
All right, Will.
All right, I'm gonna keep it short and sweet this week. I saw this coming out probably about 6 months before it actually came out, and y'all know I hate pre-ordering, but I did end up pre-ordering it, got it. Say
Nice.
hello to
Say
the
hello
bad
to the
guys.
bad
Now,
guys.
I'll be honest with you, I haven't quite started it yet, but I read a little bit about it online to see how it's going to be, and I'm really looking forward to it. I will tell you, this is probably the only book I own that has no pictures in it. There are no pictures in this book.
Oh wow.
So, but it talks about the times of when the NWO started and how they changed the culture in wrestling and how even the culture of America started to change during this time period too. So, really looking forward to reading that one up. And then only other thing I got is The Godfather. Now, this one did sell recently, but he asked me if I would rip it open for him and ship it loose. So,
That's a
y'all
sweet
know what we
figure.
gotta. Y'all know what we gotta do. So.
Rip
Rip
it.
it.
Rip
Just
it.
to torment you guys. I like those carded figures.
We got a line of fatty for this pimp daddy.
Oh it. There you go.
Toss it. There you go.
You're making Brian almost pass out with doing that.
That's an awesome figure.
It
That is
really
awesome.
is. And I
Pimpin'
wasn't a fan of this series that came out. You know, those 4 that came out in this series. But that's actually a really nice one in that series. So I
Yeah,
might
I
go
really
back and get
like
me another
the airbrushing on the vest. It looks cool too.
one. Yeah, it does. But really, I mean, I have a million things, but that's all I'm going to show this week, just to conserve a little time.
Pimping ain't easy.
All right. Ben.
You can skip me. I don't have nothing.
Okay.
Ben, we just did a whole show in
Who
Knoxville.
the hell am I next?
Who the hell left?
Okay.
Brian.
Nick.
All right.
Ben
I
left
don't know
too.
if it's gonna
No,
fit in
Ben,
the
he's
damn
there.
camera.
Hell?
Brian left.
Bring up the screen. It's gonna need it.
Hold on a second.
He
Brian
said,
left.
put that mic in my hand, man.
There.
Check this out.
Woo.
What was
Nice.
that?
Awesome truth.
Our Truth and Miz sign, baby.
Oh man,
Oh,
I had to get this.
That's pretty
So
cool.
beautiful. And it was hard coming up with only 3, but you know what? I'll just have more for next week, and that's all right.
Roger loved Detroit Lions.
So, you can't have too much of this beautiful
Love the
Bret the
Brett.
Hitman Hart. Look at that.
Nice.
Spotlight, baby.
Oh, man. So nice. And for my last one,
And for my last trick,
Nice.
there you go.
There you go.
Yeah.
That's a good one.
I can't wait to frame these. But that is my show and tell.
All right.
Very nice. Very nice, Nick. King Phil.
So I had a mail day, something white. We got Penta.
Nice.
Nice.
Man, that thing sat in my house for like 4 months.
Oh, that's cool. That's when he was in
You
Lucha.
remember,
I kept
you remember that?
kept thinking that I was like, maybe he shipped it to, because I remember I was supposed to pick it up at SCX, and then I was
Yeah.
like, maybe he sent it to me. And I have another Penta that I got from Ben, and so I was like, I couldn't remember if I got it or not, and I was like, I don't think I did though. So I was,
Hey,
surprised.
that
when I
just
got it.
shows you. That just shows you. Sometimes I put you guys stuff in like a side, like a little slot or whatever, and then when y'all pick up something else, you don't have to be shipping twice. I
Yeah,
put it in with that, so try to save
Yeah.
y'all a little bit of money.
I've
appreciate
got
you.
so much stuff at Will's.
Yeah, I did the same thing. I set it to the side. Yeah.
A couple
Oh
magazines.
yeah. Nice.
Awesome.
Owen
Nice.
Hart, baby. Owen Hart.
I'm not a nugget.
Mabel and the Master at the bottom of there. And oops.
You know, I like to go back and look through them old magazines. Look at that.
Awesome.
Caged in Chi-Town.
Yep.
Nice.
Nice.
SummerSlam '94 results in that one. I love going back and looking at all the old pictures and stuff.
Yeah, November '94, man.
Yep.
September '94, November '94. But
31 years ago. 31 years ago.
All right.
Yeah,
Nice.
So,
Calvamania, we already saw yours,
Right.
Or did we see his? Yeah, we saw
Yeah.
his. Yep.
Should be
Roger.
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 Look at that belt.
I'm waiting for him to pull me up.
I
Is that the
am.
Roman title?
Yeah, one job, Kev. One job.
Well, hell, I'm gonna. My list is different.
There
Look
we
up,
go.
Kev.
So my birthday was earlier this month, and the wife got me.
Oh wow,
Nice.
Nice.
that is
Wowie,
really
wowie.
sweet.
That is cool.
That
I'm
is very
speechless.
What
Got me
number
this
do you
one.
got on there?
This belt. Oh, she got it from overseas,
That's a beautiful belt, man.
and this one came today.
Nice.
Oh, sweet.
Damn, that looks good. That's a good looking belt there.
Yeah.
And you
Now,
may have
here's-
on the greatest
here's a
shirt I've ever
question.
seen.
When you think of that belt, who do you think is champion with that?
I think it's
Me?
Stone Cold.
That's
Same.
what I think of too. Stone Cold.
I think it's Stone Cold
I think
Yes.
of either Stone Cold or Triple H.
or The Rock.
I think of Stone Cold. But I got that.
I think of Kane.
I got that today. So everybody knows I went to see the AEW shows this past week, and then Saturday was All In Texas. So MJF has a tiny pickle. But
I'm sure he does.
I got extremely lucky. I wanted the mask, and I ended up grabbing the last one they had on the way out.
Nice.
And so we're walking out, and I seen the where I got the mask from. They had a Tony Storm,
Holy shit!
Yeah, that's the
There you go.
exclusive.
and it's signed
Beautiful.
Oh,
signed by
man.
Tony Storm.
That's beautiful.
Oh my god, I'm so fucking jealous.
I thought of you, Kev, but that was the last one they had.
I've got the figure. I just wish I had
I
it
was-
signed.
I was gonna scoop it up for you, but it was the last one they had on the way out.
Well, I appreciate you thinking, but that's an awesome
So-
pickup.
So yeah, that's my number 3 on my show and tell.
Nice. Very cool,
That's
man. Very
Bask
cool.
in that. Wow.
Yeah, let's bask in that for 5 seconds.
Okay, so we're skipping Ben, Mr. Bad Guy.
All right. So my collection isn't as in depth as you guys yet. So
yet,
I'm going.
that's the word. Yet. You still got a lot
that's
to go.
That's
I'm
the
going
key word
with-
there yet.
So I'm going to go with some collector's editions that I got of my man John Cena.
Hell yeah.
First one. If you can't
Nice.
see with the glare,
WrestleMania.
WrestleMania
That's a
edition.
nice one. Yeah.
That one's hard to get, man.
Then this one, I haven't seen it out yet. I was lucky to grab one, but that's his gangster gear. WrestleMania.
nice.
Very
And
cool.
then I already had one of these, but this is from my man Calvin. And this is the You Can't See Me.
Nice. I've been trying to find one of
I
those.
still need that too.
Yeah, I've
super
been able to
rare.
find one
Look,
yet.
I got the only 3 they had at my Walmart.
So
I checked mine.
Yeah.
They didn't have any.
those are mine. And then hopefully here in a little bit, I'll have a couple awesome autographs coming. So
Hell yeah,
Oh,
you
yeah.
will.
You got good taste in wrestling, poor taste in fucking football.
So about that John Cena, you can't see me figure. So
Yes.
at Fanboy this past weekend, dude had a booth. He had 6 of them. Okay, I told Ben this story. He had the Chase Muda, and he had 6 of the John Cenas. They had no price. Red flag one.
Right.
Yeah.
Red flag.
So I get up there and I'm like, hey, I'll take this Chase Muda and these 2. And I said, I'll take 2 Cenas. Till he told me the price, and then I just put them back on the shelf.
Let me guess, $100.
What do you want?
$100,
Yeah.
No. 200 a piece?
$375.
Oh,
For the Cenas?
Damn.
A piece?
Ooh,
2 Cenas.
Oh,
and
all
a
the
Muda. 2 Cenas
no.
and a Muda. $375.
No.
hell, you
No
could go
way.
meet Cena for that.
He said, I got the
Fuck
last.
that.
He said, I got the last 6 at Walmart. I said, I don't give a damn. We got the last
That's
6. at?"
insane.
right.
Hey, dude beside him in the booth, he said, hey, buddy, I got a Cena for you, but it's open. I got over there. The little boy had it. He said, I said to you $30. I was like, but a little kid had it, and I was gonna be like Dr. Nick, be like, give me that.
You get nothing.
But I mean, he said $375, and I was like, why? He's like, well, they're hard to get.
I will say that figure alone was very short produced, and for some reason, people are really loving it.
$375.
Well,
$375.
Do you remember the other clear one that came out in the basic line? You can't
Yeah.
even find that one.
I have that one.
I never saw it.
So
I like that one because it's an invisible Cena, but he actually has clothes on. Like this one's just all
some
invisible.
people are customizing it and putting hats and shirts on it.
Yeah, I've seen that.
So instead of those figures, I got FTR for $5.
There you go.
There you go.
I hate
I'll take it.
scalpers.
I'll take it.
All right, guys.
Well,
Hell of a show and
It's
tell.
not about. I don't think it's about scalping. It's about being reasonable. Like I mean, you need to. Here's an example. If I had that figure for sale, I would put that figure up on a Sunday or a Tuesday, start it at $1, and let somebody run it up. Is what I would do.
Right.
But you got people that are just unreasonable with it. Is when it becomes a problem.
Yeah.
That's when it becomes a problem. But I tell you what, though, that may be the figure to get and hold on to because for some reason people are loving that figure.
Yeah, but you're talking $375 for 2 John Cena's.
Like I've
and
seen
one-
it at, like
Chase Muda.
like I
one
wouldn't
Chase
mind
Muda.
paying up for it, like $50 or 60
Well,
or something.
well,
but
then-
like that's insane.
Then he
So
asked
if you think about it, he's charging $125 a figure is what he's doing.
Yeah.
Right. So,
So
but then
he's adding $100 to every figure he bought. Is what he's doing.
he asked me. He said, "Well, what's reasonable to you?" And I said, "I know they're hard to find." I said, I mean, in my head, I'm thinking, "Well, fuck, I'll pay retail for it." But my mouth said, "I said I wouldn't give no more than $50 for it."
Yeah.
Not at a toy show, like a convention.
Right.
And he
Right.
was like, "Man, I got $50 in my booth." Well, I'm not here for your booth.
Yeah.
All right. I'm sure he went home with them.
Yeah, he did because the dude behind me was like, "How much you say?" And I said, $375 for all three of them. He said, "Yeah." He said, "Yeah, I'm just gonna order them off." I'm just gonna order them offline.
They're on eBay $50-$60 all day long. You
They
can
had
find
them
them
on
on eBay
WWE
50-60.
Shop, but they sold out in
Yeah,
20 minutes.
I came back
But
and told Ben, and Ben had a heart attack.
Keep an eye on it though, because some of them are starting to sell for about $100 now.
Yeah.
So keep an eye on it. I'm telling you that's a rare figure that they didn't make very many of them.
Yeah.
Keep an eye on it.
Mm.
All right, guys. Great show.
Great show. All right.
Awesome
So in closing, guys, just real quick, a huge thank you to everybody that joined us, and very important too to remember those folks that weren't here live but that watched us in the mornings on their way to work. So really appreciate you guys. Really appreciate everybody. Really appreciate Brad joining us tonight. Great job, Brad.
Thanks for the
enjoyed
invite,
you
guys.
really enjoyed you being here. So really
Fuck
sorry
the
that we
Sooners.
lost Brian somewhere along the way, but again,
Boomer
if you're
Sooner.
listening,
Can
if you're listening to us on the way to work, we hope you have a wonderful day and hope everybody has a wonderful weekend coming up. And definitely get back to you guys really soon on things we got going on the page, on our next upcoming live sale, and also our return of the claim sales coming soon too. So thank you guys again, and we'll see you guys next week.
Can I say something real quick?
Uh-huh.
I just want to kind of put it out there, kind of sending prayers and everybody that's been dealing with the flooding. People lost their homes, their lives, their pets, just everybody dealing with some serious stuff right now. So, just kind of everybody be thankful for, everything you got, and just kind of put the good word out there for the man above. You believe in that. I don't want to put that out there, but just, be thankful.
I agree.
All right, very, very good, guys. Thanks so much. Have a great night.
Good night, y'all.
Guys.